Yo, what's going on, my friends? How you doing? I got an update from yesterday's video talking about the insane theft situation. So we're gonna talk about that in tonight's live stream. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, it looks like the microphone's working. Uh, you gotta check that stuff. Okay, so live stream's working, microphone's working. Let's grab the live stream link and share it in the Discord. 1 second here. Okay. You know what, guys? Speaking of Discord, I didn't know there was like a little inbox kind of thing. I just noticed today for the first time that there's like a notification inbox thing with like people messaging and stuff, and so I haven't seen those at all the entire time that I've had a Discord. I was looking at it, I'm like, what's this? And I'm like, oh, here's people asking me questions from like a million years ago. Oh no, like it looks like I was just ignoring people. For real, it's impossible for me to like keep up with all the different ways people contact me and all this stuff. I feel bad when I don't get back to people, but it's definitely not me snubbing them. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It is what it is, right? Okay, so we've got the link shared. That's good. Now let's put the chat into full on we can see it mode, because it will normally just be in, it shows you top chat where it only shows the best behaving stream members. And I can't see what everyone has to say that way because I got a bunch of naughty boys who come here. Speaking of naughty boys, let me do a little bit of sucking and moisten my mouth hole so we can say hello. Moistened mouth hole. Okay. So who do we got in here? What up, Gossett, Jess, Peterson, Millmaster, Error, Cracketing, Fellers, Clayton. Who else is in here? Eng, Juggalum, Urameshi, Doomblade, Gianna. Who else do I see? Melnick, Executioner. Hello. Hello to all of you, my friends. Hello to assembled lurkers. Hey, Melnick, thanks for the super chat saying, here you go, guys. So happy you're still at it. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. What up, Nee? How you doing, dog? What up, Sheen? All right. Let's move that over there. Get a little bit of a better angle on the dangle. All right. And let's grab the marker. Moses, I see you lurking, bro. I see you lurking. Lurking is perfectly fine, for real. For all you assembled lurkers, I'm going to tell you two things. I think it's fun when you poke your heads in and say hello. And if you never do, I don't blame you at all, because I'll tell you a little secret. I've been at a bunch of live streams. I never say anything. I sometimes say something in a live stream. I'm more likely to say something in like a Magic live stream, in all honesty, but a lot of the time, I have it on in the background, or I sit there watching the chat and whatever and just not saying anything. I'm all stealthy. I'm all stealthy like that. So anybody else who also stealths, I feel it. I feel you. What up, Slayer? What's up, Eric? What's up, Attack Towns? How you doing? Look at Eric. Look at me. I'm Eric. I end my name. It's like, okay, how do you spell Eric? With a C or a K? Yes. What? It's like, bro, it's Eric with a C and a silent K at the end. For extra dominance. I will dominate you. You know what? I feel like the K has a harder sound. My parents didn't even put that on there. I added it myself. What up, Sandwich? How you doing? Clayton, yep, that's Cinder. That's definitely one of the places you can find me lurking. Eric, I'm correct. I'm used to being correct, bro. 100%. Oh, I missed something in the conversation, and apparently people are lurking because they're twerking. Well, if you want to shake your goods to the stream, get up, be healthy. That's all I can say, man. I don't gotta watch it. So if you want to gyrate your hips to the stream and shake them butt flaps, I mean, get at it, son. Live your life. Live your life. Eric says it's always written as Eric. No, I've seen people with it spelled your way. Why? Also, what is going on today? Is it Irregular Eric Day, where I'm getting all the Erics with irregular versions of your names? Names are hilarious things. Like my name, I go by Mike, but my legal name is Michael. And it feels incredibly formal and like near uncomfortable when people use it. Like there's a few people. My sister called me Michael my whole life. And then something happened that messed up her memory a bit. So she started calling me Mike, and I'm like, everybody else calls me Mike, but I've realized that it's actually weird if you don't call me Michael. And anybody else calling me Michael feels weird, but I accept it from like doctors because I'm like, oh, well, this is uncomfortable. This makes sense. Like the man who's going to stare deep into my butthole and have it stare back into him the same way the abyss stares into you. I feel like, you know what? Yeah, okay, bro. If you're going to grab my ball bag and tug on it in a medical sense, then maybe we're going to go with the more formal, because it doesn't feel like me, right? So when I was growing up, I remember as well, I always spelt my name wrong in the long form because I always felt like Michael is spelled E-A-L, but it's like A-E-L, which still feels wrong now. Even now that I'm saying it, like when I talk about it too much or think about it too much, I'm like, I have to check my ID now. Am I getting it reversed? I spelled my own name wrong when I was young. Nita, have I done any drafting of the new set? Nope. Only pre-release action so far. Maybe some arena drafting in the future. I don't know. I know I bang on about arena, but I got a bunch of resources on there, so I can play. Juglum, how's the body pillow coming on? Oh, I didn't respond to them yesterday. Okay, so we're at the same place we were before. The body pillow people contacted me and said, do you want to work together? And I said, yes, I do. And then they said, cool, pick some stuff from our website or tell us if you want a custom body pillow. And since then, they've just gone, hey, you want to do this? And I haven't responded back because I've been busy doing other things. And I mean, I'm just forgetful. I get distracted. Like it's the body pillow thing is hilarious and fun, but it's not priority number one. So I end up going off and forgetting completely about it. But I still have to sort that out. We're not any further down that road. What a ridiculous life. Where I'm like, hold on, I got to get back to the people about making a custom body pillow of me. I'm excited for Friday. Going up to Toronto on Friday to a Magic event. Oh yeah! Just warming up my hands at this point. Fellers, yeah, bro. I was contacted out of the blue by a company that said, yo, your content looks like it lines up with ours, and here's what we are and what we do. Do you want to like do something together? And I went and looked on their website because I wasn't sure at first. I was just like, is this a body pillow company? Because I went looking to try and get my own custom body pillow made before because we were talking about selling them and whatever, right? Because it'd be hilarious. That's a hilarious idea. So I looked into it and then it didn't turn into anything and I forgot about it. And then, like less than a week ago, a company contacts me out of the blue that makes them. I go to their website and I'm like, oh, these are the people. They do this. So I responded back going, yeah, I'm down to do something. What you got in mind? And then they're like, you want some stuff from our website or a custom body pillow? And like at that point, my soul almost ejected from my body. You know how it's like, you know that Rolling Stones song where it's like you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes you get what you need? They don't cover the part where you do get what you want on a level where you do. It's like, wait, are you offering to make me a custom body pillow? And in return, I have to make a video about the body pillow? Like I'm not going to immediately use that body pillow for a video? Are you kidding me? Like I can make out with myself in body pillow form. How much can you get away with on YouTube? Can you dry hump a body pillow of yourself? Like I mean, I know you can. The question is, how's YouTube gonna treat that? That's what it really turns into. Is it done if it's comedic and non-gratifying? Like if you can see that I'm laughing, Well, I mean, laughter's gratifying. Either way, you guys see? Do you see what happens with the body pillow? I'm already 15 steps down the road. Me and Hit are having a cup of coffee down at the coffee shop. It's not illegal for me to take my body pillow out. Like, I never understood people who were like, this body pillow is my girlfriend, until I realized, I'm like, wait, I can be with myself? Like, that's it. That's all I need. Like I said yesterday, I'm gonna divorce Carly, and I'm gonna carry around the body pillow. It's gonna be my new wife, my new man wife. Slaya, the Ixalan card quality is awful in North America, for sure. If you can get your hands on some European printings, they're probably better. So it depends on where you are in the world, but North American printings are garbage. Garbage. So yeah, I don't know, man. I figure like it's not like they're like, yo, we got to get this body pillow stuff done in the next week. So I've got a lot of stuff on my plate, and I got 2 trips going on. I'm in the midst of working on another lore video because, and this is going to be a subject for another stream, probably tomorrow's stream or whatever. But like Wizards is dropping the ball so hard with their lore in terms of the written story. Like, bro, they put out an article that actually covered all the backstory for Ixalan in the new set, and there's so much. There's so much detail. It's amazing. There's huge paragraphs about all the gods. And even more than that, bro. Alcazotz, that little do-nothing bat god from the story, bro. He is epic. Get this. Inside Ixalan, there was like like the current humans on Ixalan are the not fifth generation, but the fifth people. They're not called generations because that's different. But this is basically the 5th set of humans that ever existed on Ixalan. Nobody knows what happens to the first 3 peoples that existed. But the 4th peoples, there was only one left after he consumed the rest of his entire tribe. Alcazotz. He consumed his entire tribe. He consumed the 4th people. And when Chimmel made the 5th people, right? Because Chimmel, the God Star, created Ixalan and its people, and it created the 5th people, but it also created gods. So Chimmel birthed out a set of 5 gods, but Alcazotz basically was stuck in the not stuck. Alcazotz managed to find a way into the essentially what's like a between realm, right? So when Chimmel birthed these 5 gods, Alcazotz was right there, and he seized on the weakest of the gods and drank its entire essence up, right? So he basically like fed on god stuff and like basically took the identity of that god. So he's a corrupted version of that god. And then he comes into the world, and up until that point, before Alcazotz showed up, there was no fear of death in the inner Ixalan, because when you died, you simply turned into a ghost form and continued your life, your travels, experiences. There was no end to it. But when Alcazotz came through, he became the god of death. And so that veil, the veil between the worlds, became much thicker. And as a result, all of the echo spirits disappeared. And on top of that, and whenever anybody died, instead of raising up as a spirit, there was nothing. So this instilled the fear of death into the people of Ixalan. And as a result, they were willing to accept Alcazotz's dark gift. Basically, he would inflict you with vampirism under the guise of, yo, hey, guess what? You don't want to die. I can give you infinite life if you pay the price, right? So, like, there's so much, and that's just a bit of what we have to talk about. So I'm doing a lore video talking about all the gods of Inner Ixalan, the entire pantheon, Alcazotz's rise to being that usurper god, and him being cast down, and another god literally fucking tearing one of his eyes out. But God, get wrecked, bro! Like, oh man. Like, there's so much there, and you go, what happened? What happened with the written story, man? You dropped the ball. So that's what tomorrow's stream is going to be. It's going to be like a lore rant stream. The reason I'm waiting is because I haven't finished. I wrote multiple pages of notes today for my next lore video on the subject, but I still have to go back and codify everything and go over all the the artwork that goes along with it for the different temples, for the different gods. Like there's a whole hierarchy of the different gods and who worships whom, who has the biggest temples, all of it. And we were denied that in the written story. Yeah, the Japanese printing cards have lowered in quality as well. 100%. 100%. So yeah, it's crazy because ultimately they just spend a ton of effort writing out this huge world with a lot of depth and making it all make perfect sense. And then when we have the story, like I'm starting to think that part of the problem we run into with the lore, and I'll expound on this more tomorrow, is that I'm not sure if the people writing the story understand that it's our first view into the world, right? Like, they might think that we already know all this background information that's provided in that article they put out later, but we don't. And as a result, you have some really glaring problems. One of the biggest problems I found in the story for me was with the vampire Amalia being upset that the other vampires were feeding on humans they had brought with them. When it's like, well, that's what vampires do. They feed on humans. But it turns out that actually, in this story, they found a way to stop vampires from needing to feed. So, like on people, right? They found a way to do that. Now, if we had been informed of that, and we knew that's what's going on with the world, then that would make sense. But like, we haven't opened the door to Inner Ixalan, which is required for this solution to the vampire feeding thing. That's literally required, right? And it makes other things make sense too. I'll go into more detail. I feel like I'm giving you piecemeal stuff, so whatever. You can be tantalized, confused, or disinterested by that, but regardless, tomorrow is going to be, and yeah, let me make a note of that as well. I got multiple notes on my keyboard. One of them is body pillow. So the note's there, but they don't always work. Okay. So, lore stream for tomorrow. That's what we'll discuss tomorrow, once I have all of the information. What up, Lenda? Cosmic, what's the insane theft? Oh, it's the insane art theft from the video that I put out yesterday on the Historian. Wizards of the Coast has put out a statement saying that they're basically done with Wizards. Wizards is done with Wizards. No. Wizards of the Coast has cut ties with the artist who stole the artwork from that other artist. So they put out a statement saying, basically, this is against the agreement we made with the artist. They used somebody's artwork that didn't belong to them, and as a result, we are no longer going to be working with this artist until further notice. I'm not sure why the until further notice part is on there, because do you think they're going to change their mind? I don't know if they just, like, copy-pasted something from before, but the last part, the until further notice felt like a strange addition on the end, but ultimately, what are you going to do, right? It doesn't actually... I don't think it actually means they're just like, we're waiting, we'll bring them back. Why would they? Why would you, like, anybody who's going to be that sloppy with their work, are you really going to risk it? Are you really going to risk it? Eric, can't wait. Love the lore videos on Magic. Thanks, buddy. Fantasy Geographic is doing great. People are enjoying the lore over there. And if everything goes well, there'll be a new lore video coming out by Thursday at the latest. And then for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday style stretch, I'm going to be going with the Inventor at Double Strike to the face-to-face Magic event. And hanging out in the big city. Doing some things. So that is going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. It does mean that there'll be a couple of nights where I won't be here popping in for streams as well. So just a reminder about that. Doomblade, I'm only worried about it being warm, son, because it's getting cold. All right. Kensuke, a Thanksgiving lore video. You guys still haven't had Thanksgiving? That's crazy. That's nutty. What up, Garly? How you doing? So it was expected, honestly. When I saw them put the notice out that they were cutting ties, I was like, I expected this pretty quickly, and it's obviously within a day they said that. So I don't know exactly when they put the statement out, but when I saw it, I'm like, perfect for a stream title, because it's, and I'm sure I'll toss it into like the next news video as a quick little update, but it's definitely not something that I didn't feel like doing a follow-up video on it, because there's nothing to glean from the announcement. It's literally just Wizards does the expected and says, this guy opened us up to, they didn't say it this way, but this guy opened us up to legal liability. We're not having it, so yeah, we're not going to do it with him anymore. Doomblade, our Thanksgiving is in October, and yes, we definitely do. Sandwich, am I in the nut ward? It sometimes feels like it. It sometimes feels like it. Slayer, you want the vampires to have some sort of a win for once? Well, if you're desperate for vampire wins, the vampire Amalia actually comes out pretty likable from the written story. I like her, and her and Kellen going off together is great. And again, I'm not going to spoil too much of whatever, but I found Amalia being upset about them feeding on humans to be really triggering, where I'm like, you're a vampire, you bitch. You feed on humans too. What's your problem? And she's going with Kellen and stuff, and I'm just like, who's she going to eat? But that's actually addressed. They've covered that. They've actually given us a solution to that. That works. It doesn't feel like a garbage explanation. So, like, honestly, the way that they put Inner Ixalan together is interesting. But I don't believe for a second that it was actually meant to be Ixalan. The way they go, we were designing it, and then we realized we were designing Ixalan. Were you though? Because it seems like you were trying to do an inner Minecraft world, and you were doing a Minecraft crossover. And then, just like your Harry Potter crossover for Strixhaven, it fell the fuck through. So you don't have Minecraft going on anymore. So you go, but we need a tie-in. Well, we have Jurassic Park. Screw it. You know what? Take all that crap and just go, it's Ixalan. And then put dinosaurs in it too. Dinosaurs. Here you go. There's some dinosaurs. Okay. It just felt like stapled together, bro. Stapled together. Jess, you're saying I'm mentally ill because I don't know if I'm in a simulation. Yo, I may be mentally ill, but I also enjoy drinking root beer. Harry Potter crossover attempt confirmed. What do you mean? Do you mean did Wizards of the Coast come out and go, we failed to do a crossover? I know that a bunch of our audience are like insane maniacs who froth at the mouth over anyone connecting up with Harry Potter, but we're going to actively come out and talk about our corporate failures because that's good for the stock prices. So no. If your question is, did Wizards of the Coast come out and directly say, we tried to get Harry Potter, but we fucked it? No. And they never will. So you'll never get fucking confirmation. You have to use your brain and fucking ignore whatever the hell they're saying. How the fuck would it not be Harry Potter? For Christ's sakes, some of the cards they originally made had names of like fucking Harry Potter characters or whatever. It was the conductor or the collector or whatever. The guy's name doesn't match up with the title and the flavor text because they changed it after the fucking crossover crashed. Anybody who doesn't think that Strixhaven had a Harry Potter tie-in plan for it is high on fucking crack cocaine. What fucking other possible tie-in could there be? That thing is dry humping Harry Potter so hard, they even put a stupid sports game in it, bro. Like, it's Harry Potter to the tits. So, them going, bro, there wasn't meant to be a Minecraft crossover. Oh, okay, you got minecarts, you got fucking literally diamond pickaxe, you got your clay bricks, you got the crafting mechanic, you've got a three-headed skeleton that looks surprisingly like the Wither, but no, we never had a crossover plan for that at all. It's such bullshit. They're corporate lying fuckbags. They're never going to tell you the truth. They're never going to come out and be like, yeah, well, you know, we were doing this, but then we couldn't make it happen. That's not how it works. What up, Kenny? Did I do a video with the Wizards theft response? No, that'll be included in the next news video, but it's real simple, bro. They basically just cut ties with the artist and made a statement saying they were doing that. The only thing weird about it was they said until further notice, which is mildly strange. I don't know if that's just their way of saying, maybe that's their way of going, we have more artwork from this guy and we're going to use what we already have, but we're not going to hire him anymore. Or maybe it's just going to be like, we've vetted all the other pieces of artwork, because they did pay $1,000 a pop, so maybe it'll be worth it to force someone to sit down and figure if they can use the artwork. How many times has Wizard cut ties with an artist for theft now? At least 3, right? Bare minimum 3, but probably more. Clayton, dinosaurs keep getting free from the park and eating everyone. Well, they're on the inside. There's so many. Honestly, the written stories, the written stories for Magic now seem like they should be considered like fan fiction. They should be considered fan fiction written by somebody who doesn't actually know anything about the world, because that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Plaid, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course they're still selling the card. They don't have to worry about it. They've already made a deal with the guy who owns the artwork. So they're covered now. You know what I mean? They're fine. They don't have to halt production because they're not open to any kind of legal process that they got to worry about. And it doesn't seem like the guy whose art was taken was feeling, he just felt like the whole thing was stupid. He didn't seem like he was really having his nose bent out of shape over it. He handled it really chill. Yeah, fellas, exactly. If I had a nickel for every time this happened, well, I'd only have 3 nickels, but still, it's crazy that happened 3 times. It's nutty, man. Wizards doesn't give you very long to make your artwork, though, right? They don't pay very well, and they give you a narrow window of time. So they're inviting people who are going to try and find ways to shorten the process. Garly, the camera's slightly out of focus. That's your eyes, bro. That's your eyes. You gotta go to the doctor. You got too much sugar and your diabetes is gonna make your eyeballs fall out, bro. I'm like WebMD. I can diagnose you from your comments on the internet. Alright? You got the beatus, bro. Daniel, I don't know about that. At least they still give credit. Bringing that part up. I mean, at this point, they didn't say who the artist was. They didn't mention Lorenzo and go, it was his artwork in the background. So, Wizards could have mentioned, like, oh, well, credit goes to this, and we've updated it in Gatherer or whatever. But maybe they haven't announced that part because they have to wait and sign some kind of contract. I have no idea. Yeah, Garly, if you're drinking that much Mountain Dew, it'll do it. That'll do it, bro. 100%. What up, Octopus? How you doing? What up, Retire? You're excited about the Vampire and Bat cards? Right on, man. It's fun to be excited. It's fun to be excited about Magic cards. Oh, yeah, and you know what? I agree with you there. That's true, Daniel. Wizards of the Coast, a lot of companies don't bother having anywhere that credits the artist. Magic was pretty unique in that each card would individually say what artist did the card. So that is pretty sweet for the artists over there. I gotta get like a big robot massage chair or something, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what advent calendars are on their way, man. Oh, that lore video. I gotta be real. Like I thought to myself when I saw the article, I'm like, there might be enough in here that I could do of like a lore video on the gods of Ixalan. And the more I looked, I'm like, there's so much here. Okay, never mind. It's gonna be a full on video, not some short little like 3 minute affair. It's literally gonna be like, oh, this is a full on excellent sized lore video. That's good by me. What up, Stormtrooper? Finally off night so you can see more streams. Hell yeah, bro. And just so you know, there's the stream archive. By the way, I haven't mentioned that yet. Guys, the stream archive, I mentioned it in the video yesterday and told people that we're looking to grow it or whatever, right? Because obviously we want to get to 1,000 subscribers. We went from 291 to 546, which is amazing. So if you haven't already subscribed to it, if you have not already subscribed to it, then make sure you do. Go over there, because once we get it to 1,000, then it's in the YouTube Partner Program. And that gives the channel more advantages, right? And we're already over halfway there. It's sweet. Hey, Baldur the Empire Super Chat says, just joined the stream. What did I miss? Care to catch me up on the latest magic drama? Love what you do, perp. Yep, I'll give you the super simple version. The newest drama goes like this. Wizards got caught using AI artwork to make a Tomb Raider ad and then deleted it out of embarrassment a few hours after they put it out. And then the newest thing is it turns out that one of the commons from Ixalan has stolen artwork on it. So the magic artist stole another dude's art, put it on the card, and Wizards didn't find out until they had already printed millions of them and they were in people's hands. So Wizards went into scramble mode. They've cut ties with the artist, and it looks like they're going to avoid a lawsuit because the artist who did the art that was stolen also happens to be a magic artist and has been chill about it. So that's the drama for your llama. Hey, Stormtrooper! Gifted 5 memberships. Thanks, bro. Daniel, James, Sandwich, DeVoe, and who else do we got? Hold on. Daniel, James, Sandwich, Brent, and DeVoe. Nice. Good choices. Good choices. Jamestown, you said you'd think that artists would realize that people check their work. Well, there's people to check over their work, but like, yeah, it's just another artist who randomly was like, yo, that's my background in your art. What is this? What is this? Slaya, yeah, I mean, like when it comes to the Crimson Vow story, the whole Innistrad thing, it felt like they went, how can we sell this set like 3 times? And they went, split it into 2 sets and then reunite it. So the whole story for Crimson Vow, Innistrad, all that stuff was really dumb. Where you had Olivia, who's just like a regular vampire. Sure, she's a legendary one, but she's a regular vampire from the perspective of planeswalkers with their insane powers. So she shows up at the end of the first story to steal the witch's spirit. And like there's multiple planeswalkers just standing there. You've got Chandra, who could set her on fire in a second. You've got Teferi, who can literally control time, reverse time, stop the sun. Like any of them could stop it, and they just don't. And like they just let her leave, because if they didn't let her leave, the story wouldn't continue. So like they just, all the enemies getting away now or whatever, like the Myco Tyrant and Alcazats both got away in the story where they're like, these guys are big bad villains and they're still alive and there's no resolution and nothing is satisfying. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. That's what the written story was. Literally nothing happened. So yeah, it's all stupid, man. They didn't even want to do lore. They got all pissy that when they did the War of the Spark novels, they were all like, War of the Spark novel, yeah, check it out. And then like they're the most ignorant, clownish company, bro. For real, for real. Like I actually have the War of the Spark novel, and it's the most insulting shit ever. Like Magic novels didn't have that high a standard to begin with. But the War of the Spark novel, bro, I got it. And I was like, this is cool, man. It was a gift from a fan. He got it for me. And he's like, yo, check the book out. Like, you can do stories on it. I'm like, thanks, man. Thanks. And, like, it went like this. Like, I basically picked up the book and I started reading, right? And I read like one chapter. And then I just went, and I put it down. And somebody came by and they're like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I can't read this, bro. I can't read this. The first chapter is introducing the planeswalker Teo to us. And it's talking about how much he loves indoor plumbing. And he's talking about animal farts. And I'm like, this is where the story, this is the War of the Spark, is it? This is the battle culminating with dozens and dozens of planeswalkers, is it? It's about Animal Fart Boy, is it? This is what? He loves toilets and farts. And this is where we're starting. This is where we're starting. And also, before that, before we get the Teo farts, you have Nicol Bolas, not Nicol Bolas, sorry. You have Ugin and Niv Mizzet. One of the big story spots in like the middle of the story, in the middle of the War of the Spark story, in the middle of the War of the Spark story is Niv Mizzet dying. The novel starts with Niv Mizzet already dead and Ugin having a conversation with him. And I was so confused. I'm like, Niv Mizzet's already dead? How is that possible? And then it turns out that what happened was they had the second half of the story written, but they didn't have the first half of the story written because they had two different authors write it. And the guy who was given the first half couldn't get it done on time. So Wizard said, should we delay the book? No, that might affect quarterly earnings. Just make the second half where the book starts, and we'll just put out the rest later. So they sold us the second half of the book as the book. And then the second War of the Spark book came out, and people went, this is garbage too, right? And then they got such a bad response to those two books that they killed the Theros book. Hey, Stormtrooper says, I haven't given it a while. What's Lord of the Board feel like? It feels like you, buddy. It feels like you. Oh, shit. Damn it. Let me fix the legs on this. That's what's going on. They squeezed up too much. I wondered why this was tilting more often. I should have noticed. So they just go, we're not releasing the Theros novel. They had a full novel written, but the reaction was so bad. Like, they paid the same author to write the Theros Beyond Death novel. And it was so bad. It was so bad that they were like, we're not releasing it. And they put out 16 sentences for the story instead, going, Elspeth fought lots of people and won all the fights. And then she left Theros. And Calix was all like, but I want to get her. And then he went, you know what? I'm a planeswalker. And he planeswalked away. And that's the story of Theros. And you're just like, what? And then after that, they were like, we don't want to write lore. No, we don't want to spend any money or any effort on it. We're not doing lore no more. We're just going to do blurbs on the website maybe. Not even stories, but just a blurble. And they just tried to get rid of lore. And then they went, wait, this is negatively affecting our business. You mean people care about story and flavor? There you go, Stormtrooper, Lord of the Board, big boy. Hey, Jake and Joel are magic. What's up, bro? War of the Spark novel made me stop reading the lore altogether. I read every single story post. There's an entire chapter that's one character speaking in a run-on sentence. Bro, you get to the second chapter of the book, and it's like, a Johnny smiled his Leonin smile, and you're just like, a Leonin grin or something. He grinned his Leonin grin, and I'm like, oh, I want to grin a shotgun right now. Bro, I get why you stopped. I get why you stopped. Like, when I started my lore channel, it was to cover old lore. I just started covering the new stories as well. So I got like a mix going on. But I do have to say, and this is the crazy thing, the background for Inner Ixalan's amazing. There's so much to it. It's actually really, really good, especially for Magic. There's a lot to it. It all makes sense. It all connects. But the written story, like they called the one called the Cosmium Eaters. And I wondered what that meant. I'm like, what the hell? Why do they call them the Cosmium Eaters? What does that even mean? We don't see them eat Cosmium. We see Cosmium turn red, which it isn't a thing? That's not a thing, apparently? I don't know. It's absurd. It's absurd. I should start a Bigfoot romance lore channel. Bro, there's only one Bigfoot, so every video would be about Bigfoot tugging himself off. Oh, bro, how sad is that? How sad is it that, like, right after I said that, like, directly after I said that it would just be video after video talking about Bigfoot rubbing himself off, I realized that that channel would do so much better than this. Like it would that would dwarf this. I would have like if I spent my time just talking about Bigfoot slapping Littlefoot, I would probably have the most views ever, right? And I'd have probably a bunch of like hillbillies sending me camo jackets and fucking like turkey calls. You know, like bro, I had a turkey call once because I remember I used to do work for this one hunting federation, and so ended up with like a hunting reindeer and one of those turkey calls. And I was walking along behind people with the turkey call in my mouth, and I would just be like, I would go with it, right? And then I would, was it a turkey call? Was it a duck call? A goose call? I don't know. Honestly, I can't remember which kind of bird call it was, but it was one of them. Just put them in your mouth, and at first I didn't understand it, but once I knew how to use it, I was like, this thing is amazing. It's a way to stealth screw with people. So like I had it when I lived in Toronto, and there's all these people. So I was walking around behind people, and then I would just go, and they would turn around going, what the hell is that? But I'd be like this. Right? Like, so they would just like, they're not like it's this guy. They're like, I heard that shit coming from like right behind me because that is where it's coming from. But like, I'm just looking up at this guy. And so then they would look up and they didn't see anything. And we keep walking. I'm like, and then they look, and I just, you know? Oh, I had fun with that. Oh, you're a mesh. You're down with the Bigfoot action? All right, man. All right. Man. Buddy, have I seen the awesome art on the Through the Wormhole secret layer? It's so cool. I've seen some of the new secret layer stuff. I don't know if I'm just cynical today, but I just saw the new secret drop layer and I went, what a bunch of dog shit. Like scraping the bottom of the barrel. We saved the best for our secret versary. I saved the best for our 25th anniversary, honey. I got you a $10 discount to Hooters, right? Like, here's a $10 Hooters coupon, honey. There you go. I'm giving you my all, girl. I'm committed to this. It's definitely... Oh, how about the fact that, like, they're like, check it out. If you buy this for like $200, if you spend $200, you get this bonus card. And then they go, this bundle's $199.50 or whatever, right? And they put it just under the 200. So it's like, you can buy the bundle, but you can't get a bonus card. You gotta buy other stuff. So I looked at a few, and like, I looked at one, and like the artwork didn't really resonate with me. I clicked through it and was like, I don't care for this artwork. And then I'm like, I didn't even look at the cards. And then when I went back and looked at the cards, I was just like, this is full of garbage, right? And then they have like what the mycosynth one where they're just like, check it out, we put the one card in here that's like worth something on the secondary market, so the other two cards have to be worthless. Who wants to buy a mycosynth well from us? Clayton, see, the secret that nobody knows about Bigfoot is that he actually resides on a polar ice cap, bro. That's it. And he's like, he hides ever since he saw Star Wars back in the 70s. He's been hiding inside polar bear skins. And he's like, and I thought they smelled bad on the outside. And he chuckles to himself about making that reference, right? He doesn't know that Star Wars is changed, right? And now it's about Lando Calrissian fucking a woke robot. I didn't even make that up. That's real. Oh, God. Oh, that's not even a word that I use that often. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, so yeah, man, the what's it called? The Ravnica, the War of the Spark book. It was so bad. It was so bad. And then they just started doing stupid lore blurbs. They're like, check it out. Hollard like has no room for flavor text, but like, what if we make amazing flavor text? And someone's like, I've got the perfect flavor text. Born on the night of a meeting between two important elvish clans. Whoa, okay, I get this. Like, that usually means something real significant. Like say maybe some meteor falls, or it's like they're starborn, or it means they're gonna have some special rank. And it's like, so tell me, what's special about Holler and being born on a night of a meeting between two important elvish clans? And it's like, Holler uses elvish gender neutral pronouns. And I'm like, no, like what? But is that like the curse? Is that a curse from being born on? Oh no, she was born on the night of a meeting between two clans. What does that mean? It means she calls everybody they. Oh, that's gonna be confusing. So you just go, really? Like, you didn't have room on the card and you felt the need to make like special flavor text blurbs for the website, but you won't spend the time to give us stories? What is this? What on earth made you think that this is a good idea? It's like Tumblr on crack. The same thing with Nico Eris, right? The crazy shit. The crazy shit that they've made. It's amazing. It's fucking absurd. Jess, Bigfoot's a real creature and you bet money? Do it. I guarantee you, I bet you there's tons of people who will take that bet, bro. There's got to be tons of people who would be happy to bet you that Bigfoot exists. And you're welcome to believe in what imaginary crap you want, man. There's people who believe all kinds of dumb nonsense. I don't care. It doesn't affect my life. It's not going to stop me. Not going to stop me from getting root beer and topping up my beverage. So you can believe he's real. You can believe he lives next door, and you just got to get him to open the door because you've never seen your neighbor. I'm sure it's Bigfoot, man. That guy doesn't even come out to get the paper. All right, I have returned. Bum, 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 bum. Just, yep. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they found a lady Bigfoot and all of it. All of this. Bigfoot is so quaint. It's so quaint. It's like, is it just a special extra hairy human guy? And he's just out there. But he's bigger. He's just kind of bigger and hairy. And that's it. That's it. That's all it really is. Like, how exciting would it be if they actually even really found a Bigfoot? It would lose all mystique and nobody would care anymore. It'd just be like, okay, wow, they found a Bigfoot. All right. And it's like, scientists are making a mammoth out of DNA they found in a bunch of frozen ice. Okay. Does anything mean anything anymore in this digital world? Nothing means nothing. What up, Dark Star? How you doing? How you doing? Bigfoot is a real monster truck. There you go. I believe that. I believe that one. insert artwork from a bundle. Sure, you're laughing at what happened to Wizards. I mean, it is pretty funny, right? It's hard not to laugh. The company is fairly inept at this point. I don't know what it's going to take for Wizards to get back on the right track, because they're just going to keep like burning and gunning for now, right? Hasbro's not going to give them any other options. So until Hasbro finds some other lifeline, they're just going to squeeze the hell out of Magic. Sandwich, you got to walk in the rain tomorrow. Well, enjoy it. Put on that song and sing. Sing in the rain, bro. Just, yeah, well, you're right. They're not all bad. They're not out there torturing cats and stuff, right? They're just not managing the game that we enjoy properly. And that's the sphere within which we're obviously talking about it. So, I feel you. Go ahead and enjoy Magic. I ain't trying to stop anybody from doing that. Listen, Marcelo, I don't give a shit about your particular pronunciation of a being that don't exist, bro. I don't care about that. And Uno secret layer, you never know. Anything's possible. Anything is possible at this point. They'll secret layer anything they think that you will buy at all. It's like, yo, will you let us sell you singles directly? Like, then we will do that. But yeah, the Secretversary feels like a lower end secret layer offering, right? They running out of steam on this one. Who knows? Sure seems like it though, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel like they're running out of steam, boy? But they'll keep going even when they're out. That's what they do. They just flog. Why isn't this working anymore? Oh, well. Whatever, man. At the end of the day, I'm still enjoying myself, right? So, if I ever stop enjoying Magic, like now, if I'm not having fun playing the game, then there's no point in talking about what's going wrong with the company. I'd be out. Doomblade, why hasn't Magic sold singles directly? Before in the past? Because it was to their benefit to sit back and let the secondary market handle itself and just go, okay, we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about anybody trying to say we're affecting the value of their singles or anything like that, because we actively just go, we don't pay attention to the secondary market. But now, whatever, the legal situation they're under, I guess, has changed. So now they're like, yeah, we want to sell singles directly. We want to basically, like, all of our products are going to be priced based on the reprints that go in them, which is a terribly short-sighted way of doing things, where they're basically like, all of the secondary market value should belong to us, and we're going to reprint these things 80 times and try and manufacture new expensive cards. Like, part of the reason that Magic cards were so expensive, what am I trying to say here? Wizards had like a balance going on, right? And it would lead to, you could get access to cards, and it wasn't like this crazy, we're trying to trick you, like, hey, you should buy this because we're reprinting these cards and they're worth this on the secondary market. But they also know they're going to print it again like 3 weeks later, and that will also gut the market on it. But they're literally banking on you looking at the secondary market of this printing at that juncture, knowing they're going to fucking slaughter and undercut it 3 weeks later. Like, they're hacking it. It's not organic anymore. None of it is organic. So you don't have a natural supply and demand, and you have Wizards trying to find ways to like tweak and get the numbers up there with crazy special editions and stupid like the awful looking Jurassic Park Surge foils. All these little like bells and whistles that work less and less, and as they sit there and just go, hey, we're gonna reprint all these, it's like they basically have people go, I'm just gonna wait and sit back until you put it on discount Amazon dump, and I'm just going to stick to buying singles because like there was a bunch of people talking about the secret layer in the finance Reddit, and they're talking about the bonuses and stuff, right? And they're like, don't buy the bonus, bro. They're like, don't buy enough cards to get the bonus because the bonuses are worthless. Like, they're not worth enough. You can just buy one itself on the secondary market for way less. So, like, Wizards' incentives trying to create these extra special, like, we'll make a special card you can only get if you spend $200. So that must make it worth some extra money because you can only get it under these conditions. But it doesn't work out that way. They try, because they're rating the secondary market value now, they're also before they weren't trying to create secondary market value. They weren't trying to create secondary market value. They took advantage of it here and there with reprints. And then they just went, we're going full on pillage the secondary market. And they do get to pull a bunch of money out of the secondary market. But this is cutting down the forest without replanting trees in any kind of sustainable, recurring way. And just going, well, the trees, we cut them all down. We're going to but we brought in artificial trees. Check it out. We got these big plastic trees. It looks exactly the same. And it's like, yeah, but it doesn't make oxygen, can't sustain life. So, same deal. Same deal. Darkstar, you don't play paper anymore? I do. Arena, I haven't been playing. I haven't been playing Arena. But sometimes I do get tempted to go back. Jess, you only buy singles because you like the old cards better? Makes sense, man. A lot of Magic products are priced to aggressively take your money. Like the Commander Master set, which was overpriced for no reason, and they made the deck super expensive too, without even putting enough value to satisfy people in there. They're just literally just like to the point where people ask, so these premium price decks, these premium decks that you're selling, and it's like, no, we never said they were premium. And it's like, yeah, you did with the price tag. No, we just gave it a high price tag. It's just like the other Commander decks. You just pay more. It's like, no. See, when you put a higher price tag on, you say premium. Like Wizards gave up the goat when they came out with Magic 30 with the silver, with the gold backboard. They gave the whole thing up, and it made a whole bunch of old school players go, wait a minute, this is all just a big old fucking shell game, and Wizards is coming for every dollar that exists. And so tons of old school players just sold out and bounced and switched over to proxies and shit because fuck it. Wizards is like, buy our $1,000 proxies. They're not tournament legal. Buy them. And look, we put extra. They're purely for collecting, but we put higher incidences of particular cards. Interesting that the most playable cards like Sol Ring and Dual Lands, you put more of into a product that's not for playing, it's for collecting. It's almost like you mean for people to play with these. Pretty clever, guys. Pretty clever, as they watched it fucking backfire spectacularly. Amazing. Retire says, with no secondary market, how can you have randomized packs? Well, it's a good question. What happens? What happens when Wizards burns the secondary market to the ground? Does it become like other card games where all the cards are like, as far as I understand, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! All have different kind of card markets and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what it turns into, but I do know that it's going to fuck their current model in the ass. If all the cards are cheap as shit, you're going to have a hard time convincing people to pay fucking $40 for 4 different cards that are 15-cent cards. Do you know what I mean? So they're literally gutting their own secondary market. That's what's going on. Darkstar, at the end of the day, yeah, Wizards has no choice. Hasbro's leaning on them. Cards don't have to be good to be expensive in Magic, right? They can be scarce. There's all kinds of different reasons. They can be expensive. They can just have a high price tag because people are trying to sell them for a high price tag and nobody's buying. There's been no movement. All kinds of weird things affect the Magic market. Jess, yeah, the old 90s Magic commercials were hilarious, bro. I remember they had like Org fighting like an accountant and stuff. But ultimately, like, the decisions they're making can destroy what Magic is, but not Magic fully as a product. They'll still be able to sell cards, but they won't be able to sell them on the same level, right? Like, you got to have a bunch of people interested in your game and consider it a financial commodity to be the way Magic is. And Magic built up that whole, like, we're a financial commodity, and it monetized all its players and went, like, you go, like, it went from a trade economy to a money economy to whenever Magic players tell me about their newest acquisitions when they started the game, like, check it out, I got this card, it's worth this much money. That would always be like a part of the conversation. So Wizards courted that. They courted that mentality, and they're like, oh, you boxed sealed investors. And then they turned around and went, now how do we take it all for ourselves? But also, you guys have to keep buying forever too. Like, they literally thought that they could extract all the money out of this and just go, we're going to take all the money out of the secondary market, but we still expect you to speculate and buy all this stuff and do, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. They just go, we can have everything we have now and more and not lose anything. You're not allowed to change what you do. Like, when they came out and were like, why isn't anybody playing Standard? It's like, because you fucking killed it, bro. Because you killed Standard. You destroyed the Pro Tour. You gutted everything. You're like, we're not doing coverage. We don't care about the Pro Tour. By the way, Arena's the only place you can become a pro. Oh, also, by the way, the pros are only hand-selected people that we've picked for various reasons. And, like, it's like, okay. And then they're just like, okay, guys, we know you all complain that there's no way to get into the Pro League. So what we did was we created another league that you really don't have much of a way to get into to pretend that there's a way to get into this other league. And we've populated it with people that give the right demographics, because the truth is there's way too many just like regular old dudes playing this game. And we just don't want a bunch of ugly, greasy pictures up there when we show our winners, guys. So like, we're bringing in these ladies, and oh, why are they getting knocked out so fast? What's going on? Like, we're not gonna, well, listen. When you hear Pro Tour, you might think best Magic players. But if we pick best Magic players, if we go based on merit and skill, then we won't have the right visuals, guys. So, as a result, we've created this Rivals League, and we've invited hate mongers into it. That was my favorite part. When they made the Rivals League, and they were like, hey, whoa, check it out. You're a lady who's into other ladies? Wow, that's awesome. And we really like the color of your skin and like everything. This is going to be great. Come be a part of the Rivals League. This is great. And then it's just like, what did she say? Oh, what? She hates dudes who like dudes? Like, hates them? What did she say about babies with disabilities? Oh my God. And we put her into our league to be like, look at our diversity. And these were just tweets on her Twitter that any of us could have seen. And all we did was look at her profile picture and go, whoa, well, you got the right bio. You're in. Oops. I mean, it's all about the highest tier of Magic play. Hey guys, does anybody know why Standard died? Don't you remember the video we made on YouTube going, they will know your name? Where they were like, check out all the ladies who play Magic. By the way, Arena's going to make you a superstar. Welcome to the realm of esports. We're Wizards of the Coast. We're so up our own ass that we're going to make a digital game and go, yo, we're the king of digital games and esports. And it's like, yo, you're so clownish at esports that like every other esport company, all the esport guys, all the games, here's what they do. They have separate clients, you fucking losers. They have separate clients for their fucking tournaments. So, do you know how fucking embarrassing it is that you run these big fucking tournaments on Arena and shit, and then if there's a problem, you can't roll it back or do anything because you just run it on the regular broken Arena client, like the regular software? You don't have a separate sandbox for your pros? You crackhead junkie idiots? Like, and they're just like, we're going to be the biggest thing, but we're not going to spend any, like, the thing is, Magic is arrogant and lazy because they're like, we are like the king of the card game industry, and we came in here and built all this, and they carried that arrogance with them into everything, right? And so they just come in and like, we're going to be the kings of the digital stuff, and it's like, you suck. Arena's fucking garbage, and this is pathetic. You're a billion-dollar company with broken garbage software that's trying to hassle me into spending my money. You can suck the entirety of my fucking taint. What up, Nate? Just found out Lord of the Rings isn't legal in standard. That's because they wanted to put it into modern so they could crank the power level and charge more for it. If they put it into standard, then they would have had to put it at a standard price. It doesn't cost them like a lot more money to make a modern set, right? So they're just like, nope, we want more money. We want to charge you a lot of money for this crap. That's it. That's it. Yeah, I know. The Millmaster, the one of the most amazing things of the current time is people are against meritocracies. And it's like, I just want to understand that you're saying that you're against people who have earned something getting it. Like, unless you're like a 12-year-old participation ribbon commie, I don't understand. Like, I genuinely don't. It's like, like if you went to work all day and you worked at a place like all day, you spent 8 hours working, and then they were just like, yeah, we're not going to pay you. What? Yeah, we're giving it to this other guy. Why? I earned it. No, that sounds like meritocracy talk to me. Like, the merit of doing the work earns you the reward. That's not, like, that's pretty hateful, bro. That's pretty hateful. So yeah, we're going to give your money to this guy. Did he work? No, because if he worked, that would be merit, right? And it's not about merit. I'm a good person, and merit is bullshit. Working for things, earning them, no. It's insane. That's insane. What up, Oizio? How you doing, buddy? Eric, it's amazing how fast set prices drop. I mean, you got to remember as well, when you see the initial prices for cards, that's all based on nothing. It's based on card sellers hoping you will pay that price out of excitement. That's it. These card sites will go, oh, people seemed hyped about it. Say it's $30, and people will buy it at $30. And a week later, it's $2 because it's garbage, and people suck at card evaluation. And they act like, I better buy these cards before they can't get access to them anymore. And it's like, there's so many of these cards printed. There's so many. What are you doing? Calm down. Calm down. Oh, man. What up, Aaron? Oh, man. So, yeah, I guess there's a part of me that's like, yo, I wish that I was somebody brand new to Magic and this was all normal to me, because then I wouldn't be riled up by it. I'd just play the game for a while and then quit. Well, who knows if I'd even play the game for a while. I don't know. I don't know if the current incarnation of Magic would have got me to stuck around, or if I would have just, like, grabbed one deck, tried it twice, and tossed it on the shelf and been like, cool. It's impossible to know, right? Oizio, you don't really buy cards anymore if you don't count the pre-release. I like going to the pre-releases. That's fun. I still do that. But yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. Darkstar, you went back to Force of Will. Force of Will lost me after the Ghost in the Shell stuff. I ain't coming back. I don't even care. After that nonsense they did where, like, you gotta buy 2 or 3 booster boxes to get that one fucking, that one time spin in Witch or whatever, and then they followed it up with the Ghost in the Shell, I'm like, you can fuck all the way off. Like, I don't care. Magic the Gathering gets way more slack and way more chances than any other game. But, like, once a card game burns me, I go, get fucked. You don't get nothing from me. And that's Force of Will. After wasting my resources getting that Ghost in the Shell stuff, that is the most insulting crap I've ever seen. It's the worst screenshots of, like, a fucking animated movie. It was so infuriating. It's like, what is this? This game had big, beautiful, bold artwork that I really enjoyed, and you're selling me screenshots from Ghost in the Shell on garbage, uninteresting cards? Like, no. No, fuck you. I'm done with you. I'm never getting any more of your products. That's it. That's the deal. You got a fucking card game? Fuck you. You want me to pay an absurd amount of money for randomized cards. You're not coming to me with a board game going, yo, pay me $40. Here's a game you can play over and over forever with your family and friends or whatever. You're just going, here's a box full of randomized cards. You might not even get that much you want. Pay me $150. Fuck you. I can buy multiple board games for that. I can buy multiple AAA video games or a ton of indie games for that. So if you can actually get me into your game and get me willing to buy your booster packs or your boxes, you best not fuck it up. Because one big slip up like that, and I am fucking gone. 100. Magic is lucky that I'm fucking obsessed with it. Doomblade says, you hold a poll for new and old Magic players to see if they notice the same things from different joining times of the game. Yeah, you know what? That would definitely be one way to do it for sure, bro. 100%. No, Darkstar, I didn't see those, buddy. So yeah, man, it's card games walk a tightrope with me. I'm forgiving of minor things, but like if you botch an entire set, like if I get an entire box and I'm miserable with the experience, forget it. Forget it. If I get an entire booster box of your product and I'm not happy, you fucked up, bro. Like, I'm your top level customer. Who the fuck else are you looking for, right? People are willing to buy full on boxes of your releases and are coming back set after set. Force of Will had me. They managed it. And, like, that's hard to do in this era where card games die off so easy. I only really get into card games now when someone else gets me into them by hooking me up with the stuff from it, because the initial investment to get into card games is too much to make it worth it, you know? Doomblade, you wonder how many people joined in Eldraine and then are dealing with this? I don't know, man. It seems like most people's magical lifespans are like a year and a half, 2 years. That's as far as I understand it, what it is. Aaron, you're buying a collector's box tomorrow. Oh, bro, it's going to be repacks. I'm calling it right now. You get a box of repacks. Sandwich getting in on the dual land action. All right. Jonathan, does anyone see a time where Magic's done? You just don't see it? Well, it depends on what you define as done. If you define as literally nobody playing Magic, that will take forever, because there are people living now who will play Magic for like the next 30, 40, whatever years. But in terms of like where Magic is done, like it totally diminishes and isn't able to crank the way it is now, absolutely. Absolutely. First of all, nothing goes on forever. But Wizards does, like, Magic doesn't have a lot working in its favor versus things working against it. Newer generations don't give a shit about physical stuff compared to the digital. Sure, they're going to enjoy some physical toys a bit, but the digital is overtaking more and more. Why are you going to futz around with these expensive cards printed to poor fucking quality and all this bullshit when a computer can do all of it for you, right? So Magic's got a big uphill battle. A big uphill battle. Plus, Wizards of the Coast is in pillaging mode now, and they're doing a bunch of damage to the game. They've lost a bunch of their long-term old-school players, the ones who would stick around and buy year after year after year. The people who weren't the 1.5-year individuals. People who were decades and have been buying since the beginning and, like, have put tons of money into Wizards' pockets, all bouncing out. And the new Johnny-come-latelys, they don't stick around that much. And Arena doesn't translate into paper players. Arena translates into people walking into a game store and going, I want to build a deck. Can I please get... I'm playing black and everyone's using Sheoldreds. How much is a Sheoldred? I'm sorry. No. Like I just want I just want 4 of the Sheoldred cards, right? $90 for all four? For one. For oh, I have to go now. Right? Like, that's what happens. They come in and they want to build their deck off Arena, and then they find how much it's going to cost, and like, it's a scam. Paper Magic's a scam now. If you're in it and you're already used to it, here you are. I've already been scammed a long time, and I got a bunch of scammy cards or whatever, right? But yeah. What up, Nathan? How you doing? My cube's not going anywhere. I'll have it for the rest of my life. Nathan, how we doing? Getting grim with the timeline, huh, buddy? But yeah, legit. Like, I've had game store owners straight up tell me, people walk in going, hey, I play Arena and I want to build a deck. And then their eyes pop when they hear it because they know. They know internally. They've literally played with this enough on Arena that they went, yo, Magic is fun. What a cool game. I'm going to play this. And then they go in and go, I have to spend $500 or more just to have a deck to play? Why would I do that? Why would I spend as much as a game console on these cards? What? Like, Magic's just getting a steeper and steeper entry price, right? So, I don't know exactly what the future looks like, but it's not like Magic's going to go roaring off into something bigger than it is now, right? Aaron, the guinea pigs want to watch my... No, you block it. Block them. They're not allowed to watch. So yeah, on a long enough timeline, Magic fucking collapses, bro. And like the reserve list market and all that, that only lasts as long as everybody who has faith in it maintains the faith. And I mean, until Wizards comes in and just pillages it, right? But let's say Wizards never did pillage it. It would just be like, well, if they only maintain that value while people who have the faith keep the faith, and they will start to die off. And I got news for you. You might not like to hear, but like, Magic the Gathering reserve list cards are like fucking NASCAR plates and shit. Like, they're these kind of things that for certain generations, or like Elvis collectibles and stuff, where it's just like, there's a particular market for it, but that market gets too old and dies. So you can be like, I got this thing, it's worth $1 billion. Can you find anybody alive on the planet who will pay you for it? Oh no, well watch the price plummet, or you fucking die with it, and then your relatives sell it for a fraction because it doesn't mean nothing. Right? Like, the reserved list is the closest thing that Magic has to a religion, and it is a misplaced faith it's a precipice. Doomblade and a deck that can win. Net deckers are insane. Net deckers. I mean, that's not even a thing anymore, right? That's such an old world term. Billy, you want to know what theft? The theft that was covered in my historian video yesterday. So the video I just put out, my most recent video, that theft. Sandwich, you find the process of saving up to get your decks together rewarding? Well, that's a good reason to do it then. Everybody does what they find enjoyable in life, right? So joy isn't always easy to come by. If it makes you happy to collect that stuff up, I get it. I like collecting stuff too. So I feel you. But the reserve list stuff as a place to like be like, these cards are going to be worth... Having the cards because you want them? Cool. Having the cards because you think they're going to be worth a ton of money in the future? That's a fucking dicey prospect. I come down on the side of that's a danger zone. That's a danger zone. Wizards of the Coast is coming at you. But in terms of just having Magic cards and enjoying them, I don't sit down and calculate the value of all the stuff in my cube and whatever, because I don't need to know. I just want to enjoy my cards. Oh, Nathan, haven't seen the video yet? Well, Well, you'll get the full details there, bro. So yeah, Magic cards are like super collectible to us now, but it's the people who are excited about the reserve list. There's going to be fewer and fewer of those going forwards, right? The reserve list means a lot to old school players and some newer ones who have like been inducted, but a lot don't care at all. It doesn't really mean anything to them, you know? They might understand it, but they don't really like care about it. It doesn't mean anything. And Wizards is coming for it. It would be insane to think that they're not. Like if you think that the failure of Magic 30 just means they're not going to try again, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. There's like a gold mine of money just sitting there, and they can see it, and they want it so bad. They're already spending it in their mind. So there's no way they're not trying to figure out another angle. 100%. 1 bazillion%. They put out those feelers with the counterspell secret layers. Remember? The secret layer counterspell bonus cards? Where they're like, these aren't tournament legal, these aren't tournament legal, really cool though, not tournament legal, really cool though, in a very weird post. That's all part of it. It's all part of a longer con to see if they can reserve list us from a different angle, right? That's how it goes. If they can't bang the crook of your elbow, they're gonna stick it behind your knee. That's how they're gonna go. Jess, you're gonna build a Gandalf deck? Right on. Billy, you only pay attention to the stupidly expensive cards so you can get rid of them to get other cheaper cards? Well, that's a good use for them. So I'm curious to see what the next foray they make. Like, what's the next attempt to hit the reserve list gonna look like? Because they had to go back and recalculate everything. I'm guessing they probably had more products factored on it, where they're like, Magic's 30th anniversary, we'll start with Magic 30, and then after we've sold them that, you know, they've like sold us sets multiple times and go, oh, here's Aftermath, oh, here's this, and carving it up. I bet you they had other things lined up that they all had to scuttle, because it was like, nope. What's my opinion on Mana Crypt? Oh, it's busted, bro. Any artifact that produces more mana than it costs to put out is broken. Artifacts that cost 0 and produce mana are broken. And artifacts that cost 0 to put out and produce 2 mana are hella broken. It's not as broken as it used to be back in the day, where if you actually tapped it during your upkeep, you didn't have to flip the coin. That was insane. I used it with Fountain of Youth, Millstone, and Jamed Tome. It was great. You put that out on the first turn, you can put it out of the Fountain of Youth, you're gaining a life every upkeep. Put it out with the Millstone, you're milling your opponent for 2 every upkeep. If you have it out with the Jamed Tome, you need 2 of them, but then you draw an extra card each turn while having all of your lands open for countering. It's just wildly powerful. Wildly powerful. What up, Al? How you doing? Doomblade Super Chat says, what's your opinion on the professor from Tolarian Community College? He seems to cater to Wizards a lot, but yet hates it. It sounds to me like somebody who's coming right down the middle. I don't spend a lot of time watching Magic content overall. I'm fine with what he does overall, one way or the other. It's like, you know, he's reviewing deck boxes and stuff. Seems like he just wants to make videos to help people. So as far as I'm concerned, meh. It's how I you know what, when I think about it, there's no Magic YouTubers that I actively am like, yo, I hate that guy, I dislike that guy, or whatever. There's a bunch that I like, and there's the bunch that I'm like pretty much neutral towards. So that one I'm just pretty much roughly neutral towards. I don't really know what he's up to, but I don't know what most Magic YouTubers are up to. So I'm not one of those people who sits there and tries to figure out whatever everybody else is doing. I'm not, yo, what's trendy right now? What are the people who have the most subscribers and views and all that doing? I just go, what do I want to be doing? So, as far as I'm concerned, originally when I started out, I had a different view on other creators depending on who they were and all this stuff. But it all ultimately solidified into a very useful perspective. I went like this. It doesn't really matter whether I like or dislike these other magic YouTubers at all, what matters is that there's a bunch of cool people who come by my channel and I like hanging out with. And these people watch these other channels, and those channels make them happy. So people I like are being made happy by these other individuals, which means they're adding a net positive overall, right? So as far as I'm concerned, as long as you're not actively some kind of negative force, then you're all good. And there's nobody that I know of in the magic community who is actively just a negative force. Although some people would try and argue that I am because of all the critical videos that I make of Wizards of the Coast. So, but yeah. There's no, I don't have a big fun spicy answer for you on that front. People ask me about like different creators, and it's pretty much just ranges from neutral to I like them. I'm glad they're helping. They're making stuff for people. It's all good. White Ninja says laughing is amazing. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you on that 100%. What up, Anthony? How you doing? Aaron, you only watch this channel? Well, what about my Hatcher channel? What about my Hatcher Stream channel? Right? What about those? What about those channels? By the way, another mention, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the Hatcher Stream channel already, do that shit up. We're at 552 now. We're getting there. We're getting there. Bam. White Ninja. I never heard of the Kraken. Don't know who that is. Happiness Inception. I'd be down to be incepted with some happiness. I'd be down for that. Oh, Jess, I'm your favorite magic YouTuber because I make you laugh. Well, good. I'm glad, buddy. I like making people laugh. It makes me happy. Life ain't easy, and comedy has genuine value in society. 100%. 100%. It's a powerful thing that can pull you out of negative emotions and give you even just a momentary break from them, which I have found in my life to be of extreme value. So it makes me happy to make other people laugh. And on that particular subject, I do intend to start ramping up the videos on my Hatcher channel soon, making more funny, goofy shit over there as well. I say the craziest shit. That's true. That's true. I hear it come out of my mouth. I go, all right, that's pretty wild, man. That's pretty wild. Aaron, you can watch the lore channel later tonight. Nice. Go watch the go watch all the Ixalan stuff, because we're gonna put out another Ixalan lore video soon. Kraken and fun is good. Agreed. Agreed. I like fun. It makes me happy. I'm looking forward to having some fun this weekend. Going to Toronto. Going to Toronto. Tomorrow I gotta make my mam's birthday special because it's her birthday. Gotta be like, happy birthday, ma'am. Al says it's not Thanksgiving in Canada, but almost in the USA. So here is a soup or chat because it's not a super chat. Happy birthday next week. Thanks, Al. It's a little longer than a week from next. That's whatever. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's Monday, right? So yeah, on Friday. Millmaster, listen, man. You know what? You know what I was about to say? I was about to say I'm not gonna get you no drugs in Toronto, but I realize I am gonna get you drugs in Toronto, bro. You PayPal me all the drug money you want for my trip to Toronto, all right? And I will definitely earmark that down. I definitely 100%. I don't have my fingers crossed down here like I'm lying or nothing. I will buy drugs. Oh, how do I do the quiet under my breath exclamation? All drugs will be consumed by the magic historian. There we go. I figured it out. Yes! I agreed to buy the drugs in Toronto with the PayPal's monies.
All drugs will be consumed by the magic historian.
Ha ha! Anthony, have I done the new Super Drop analysis yet? No, I thought we would go through that in a live stream soon. Tomorrow, I think we're going to be talking about the lore, although I guess we could also... Well, you know what? It'll happen soon. Next couple days. Jess, you want a picture of the medieval times dinner when I go there, bro? Ideally, we're gonna make like a little video about it. That's gonna be the start of vlogging for this channel. Not this channel, for my other channel. Another note. Yeah, we can do that in a stream because I don't know if I'm going to end up doing a video going over the Secretversary. We'll see how it goes. I might not. Doomblade, you got some drugs today.
All drugs must be forfeited. The magic historian.
Oh, he's on that mojo. He needs that milk. He needs that milk. Oh. You guys are ridiculous. You was all ridiculous, man. Man, I'm glad people are subscribing to the live stream archive. That's good. I felt pretty dumb when I realized, oh, it does need 1,000 subscribers. Never mind. Nathan says tithed to the purple god, not forfeited. You just have to give 10%. Same as talking about spending money on magic gear. There you go. There you go. Doomblade says, no, you're not having any of my shatter wax. Yes, I am. I'm coming over to your house with 14 lighters. They're gonna call me Johnny Lighterfinger, bro. You're gonna hear me out in the fucking... You'll be like sitting quietly in the room, and then you'll hear outside the room... You'll be like, oh, fuck, is that Mikey Lighterfingers? Do I feel the air getting warmer from multiple flame tips? He's here to shatter your peaceful night. Marcelo, oh, you got the Flintstones action. Nice. Aaron, you don't know if your gecko's sitting. What, are you stealing somebody's gecko? Is that what's going on? You gecko stealing? Yeah, medieval times is gonna be fun. I'm glad I get to go. I get to go to a magic event, and then after, like a couple days later, then it's off to Toronto again for medieval times. It's so nice after years and not having that much going on to get to go and do some stuff. Mailmaster Lunchbox, yeah, like Silent Bob, right on. That's awesome. White Ninja, man, when you say you cram it, that just makes me think you cram it up inside you, son. There's some I don't know all you drug boys terms, right? It's cleaner when you cram it. Cram it. You gotta absorb it abdominally, and the only way to do that is to put it at your butthole, and then you gotta take a broom and shove it all the way up. You'll know you've pushed it far enough up when your eyes go blurry, right? When your eyes start to water and go blurry, then you've jammed that's why it's called cramming. Aaron, your brother said all he's texting is I'm bringing Louis tomorrow. You should text him back a recipe for cooking lizard. Be like, yo, sweet, because I'm hungry. Can we cook his tail? His tail falls off, right? Can we cook that? Can we cook that? Yo, welcome, Batty! Always there when I start feeling like TV snow. Yeah, when you can hear it in your ears. I hear the fucking static. Oh, wait, is that the... Is that the... of Mikey Lighterfingers? Dragon Raider? No. I have not seen the Secret Lair anniversary video that Wizards put out. No, not yet. Not yet. Today has been working on lore, mostly. Mostly. Yeah, that's the biggest thing I did today. There's been a little bit of time reading comics. I've been reading Constantine comics. That's a fun character. I'm going to watch the movie after I've checked out all the comics. Most of the iterations they've done of them have been pretty good. The 2022 version was garbage. Absolute garbage. Anyhow, my friends, thanks for coming and hanging out. It's been a super chill time. I hope that you enjoy the remainder of your evenings, and we will reconvene on Tuesday. Because Johnny Lighter... Oh, wait, no. Mikey Lighterfingers has got to go now.
Get the fuck out of here. The stream's over already. What are you doing? Get out. Go. Get. I'm not even here anymore. What are you staring at this black screen for, you loser? Go. Get the hell out of here.